What is up, everybody? My name is Spaz, and welcome to Arrow Key Gaming TV. Today I'm bringing you another Payday 2 build. I had a lot of positive feedback on my Enforcer build, and people had asked if there was anything other than pure Enforcer that I do focus on. And there is one other build that I kind of toy around with. And the primary reason I do this, actually there's two reasons. The first reason is it gives me all the assets I would need in order to speed run some of the day missions if I wanted to do it solo, or not have to worry about anybody in a public lobby if they don't have a saw or C4. I run this build. And the second reason is it's very helpful if you have a core group of friends that you play with. If one person has the saw and the C4, then it gives the other three players a lot of it gives them the ability to kind of spec out into something like Ghost or Mastermind or Enforcer. They can spec into something a little bit more full to help them be able to stealth things a little bit better, or like the Enforcer build that I put out allows them to put out more damage. So that's kind of the main reason I do run this build from time to time. I will put in the description a link to the free calculator, the skill calculator online, so you're not wasting money like I do. Not that money becomes the money in this game, it doesn't really make sense. I mean, I've had up to 40 million in spendable cash and I had nothing to spend it on, so I usually just toy around in the skill tree in game and I don't have to worry about it. So here's what the basic build looks like. One into the ammo bags, obviously, to get everything rolling for the Enforcer. Then I ace out the transporter skill so that I can throw bags further and carry them faster. Then from there, I need 5 points to unlock the third tier, so I go ahead and I always ace out Underdog, because it gives me more damage if I'm surrounded by 3 or more enemies, and sometimes you do get surrounded and or overwhelmed. So I need to spend one more point, and we usually ace out Die Hard to get that faster armor recovery, so we'll go ahead and just put 1 point in there for now. We need to spend 10 to get to tier 4. I always ace out Shotgun Impact because your secondary weapon for this build will be the Locomotive 12-gauge shotgun, so why not use the available skills leading up to the saw and the Enforcer tree to kind of help buff that weapon. Another 6 points to unlock the 4th tier, so let's go ahead and spend, let's see here, there's the 3 I was talking about to ace out Die Hard. And then we will go ahead and spend 3 more points. And I like the first point in Tough Guy because it reduces our camera shake if we are being shot at. And then we'll go ahead and spend 1 in the Oppressor and then 1 in Bulletstorm, just in case we do get overwhelmed and we can deploy an ammo bag and fire without using any of our ammunition. Okay, from there we are going to ace out Ammunition Specialist so that we have 2 ammo bags rather than 1, and additional charges. That way, this really is helpful when you're going to do bank heists and you're trying to get all the safety deposit boxes. Having as much ammo as possible is really helpful. And now we have our saw ability available, so we'll go ahead and get that to get the saw. And then since I have enough points, I ace that out to increase the durability of our saw blades. And then I go ahead and buy the basic for carbon blades. Now that's the basic for the Enforcer tree, and now we're going to go switch over to the Technician to finish out this all-purpose Technician. We need the trip mines, and then I ace out Demolition Man so that we can unlock the 2nd tier, and then ace out Hardware Expert. That'll, we can drill faster, and then it also gives our drill a small chance of restarting if it does break down. We need to spend another 1 point to unlock tier 3, and I usually ace out Combat Engineer, and I'll tell you why in a second. We'll come back to that. Drill Sergeant, we're going to ace that out, and we're going to look. Okay, we need to spend another 6 points to unlock tier 4, and this is the only downside of the Technician tree. There's a lot in it that I don't like at all. For example, I don't like sentry guns. I don't find them as effective as other things you could be spending skill points on. So we need to spend another 6. So let's ace out our Combat Engineer. And like I said, we were going to come back to this. Prior to kind of messing around with the aced out Combat Engineer, I would deploy trip mines. Let's say in bank heist, I'd deploy them on the back of the side door, and people would come through and then they'd die. Well, that's great, but the problem I had with it is you run out of charges pretty quick if you're really pushed back. and then I was also killing civilians. So what I've been doing is using this combat engineer, which enables me to have a sensor mode that's the blue light, not the red, and I can deploy it, and then it lets me know when somebody's coming through like the back door. I can just run over there and take them out, rather than having wasted a charge. I take maybe 5 or 6 rounds of ammunition to kill whatever's back there. So that's the reason I do that. So we need to spend another 3 to get to the next tier, the 4th tier. And like I said, there's nothing really that appealing in here, so I'll spend 1 in sharpshooter skill just to give us a little bit better accuracy with single shot weapons. And since we are going to have a secondary as a 12 gauge shotgun that's single shot, we'll have a little bit of accuracy perked up there. So spend 1 here in Nerves of Steel. That way we take less damage if we're interacting with things. Like, let's say we want to go ahead and throw down a mine on the ground to blow up a horde of people. Well, I'm not going to take as much damage if I'm doing that, or if I'm interacting with a door and I'm getting shot or something like that. Okay, now we need to spend 1 more point, and I usually just dump it into improved crafting just because I have to spend this point to open up where I'm trying to go. Now we are going to spend 12 points in silent drilling so that we can unlock our shaped charges, and then we go ahead and ace that out, leaving us with 4 points left to spend. And this is the kind of the reason I didn't want to go ahead and do another build until I got to level 100, but since somebody requested it, I went ahead and did it. I've run out of points, and there's a lot of other perks that I would like to spend them on, so it's up to you, and it's really going to be dependent on how many points you have available to spend as well. For example, you may not have wanted to go so far up on the enforcer tree with the saw to save points to get to the shape charges. It's up to you. Like I said, use that free skill tree builder that I'll link down in the description, and kind of just toy around with a few things, but I'm giving you the basics of what I do. Since we are going to be with only 1 weapon, I'm going to buy the basic shotgun Tsukibi. That way I can reload my shotgun faster. But yeah, that's it. That's the basic template of the build I use when I am doing speed runs on the day missions, or I'm playing with my friends that want me to have the assigned job of SAW and C4 so that they can really focus on other things. Now, obviously, I've already mentioned it, but my inventory, I'm going to have the SAW as my primary, and my secondary, I usually stick with the locomotive 12 gauge shotgun. You may want to, you could go with the Bronco 44 or the Deagle. That's fine too, but since we've already spent those points in the enforcer tree buffing our shotguns, might as well use the secondary shotgun in this game. So that's the basic build and loadout for this, and I will show you a few pieces of gameplay, not too much, nothing too in-depth. I think you're going to get the idea as to why I've used this, and I'll show you those clips here in just a second, so hold on 1 second. Alright guys, I have 2 quick clips to show you. The first one, we were in a bank heist deposits mission, and I was able to take down all the safety deposit boxes. If you are going to go ahead and have the duty of the ATMs and the safety deposit boxes on this mission, you want to go ahead and bring both your ammo bags so that you can get through all of those without any trouble. The second clip here, I went ahead and I soloed the nightclub mission by myself on Overkill, and the way to do that, I went ahead and I was running this build just to kind of show you that this is the main reason I use it. But I was able to saw through this security door here in the front, or in the back, excuse me, and then run up to the top and put the C4 down on the safe and get the bags out of there. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoy this build. It's pretty versatile. It's an all-purpose type thing. Not only can you saw through doors and put charges on things, but you also have all the drill perks. So if you do have a core group of friends that you play with, why don't you go ahead and spec into this and tell them, hey, go focus on something else. I'll take care of all the drills, doors, ATM machines, safety deposit boxes, whatever, and then they can spec into something that might be able to help them out with either stealthing or putting out more damage like my Enforcer build. But that's pretty much the gist of this build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will probably be featuring more Payday 2 builds once I reach level 100, and I'll probably revise a couple of these for you guys so you know where to spend those additional points on. But that'll do it for this episode. I hope you guys liked it. Please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. And if you have any friends that enjoy YouTube videos like yourself, go ahead and send this to them as well. So we will catch you guys next episode, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye.